My name is Caitlin Sorber. It is July 24th, 2021, and this is my persuasive speech. Children with autism should feel included in a general education classroom, despite their disability. As a sister and an aunt to two children with autism, my only hope is for them to be included in the general education classroom. My sister has now graduated high school, and I am very thankful that all the teachers that she has felt included and accepted, even with her peers around her that are in general educated classrooms. Fortunately, my sister also has Down syndrome, so she was put into a special needs classroom. But if she had autism, she would have been put into a general educated classroom. My nephew is 4 years old, and he is fixing to start school fall of this year. And my only hope is that he also gets the opportunity to feel included on his journey in public school. But what is inclusion? Well, inclusion is exactly what it sounds, included. These children with autism deserve to feel included and accepted in a general education classroom. And as an educator, it is our job to make them feel included and accepted. They are capable of so much, and it is our job to see that. As Dr. Joseph Putner said, for me, inclusion is about a community where everyone is recognized for their difference and everyone is recognized as belonging, not only in our classroom, but in our communities. And that is so true. Children deserve to feel belonged in a classroom. Most children with autism can probably solve a Rubik's Cube in less than a minute. I know I sure can't. And I'm sure a majority of you sitting here today listening cannot solve a Rubik's Cube in less than 1 minute. Just because they have a disability of autism does not define their capabilities. They are capable of doing so much. They probably just need a little bit of help and a little bit of push. And it is our job as an educator to accommodate that. We accommodate the needs of our classrooms to help them. If they need help reading, then we get down one-on-one and we help them. They just need help. So why is children with autism important for them to feel included? Children with autism and other special needs spend their entire lives in a typically developing world, and learning beside their neighbors and a friend is a more natural environment according to Autism Roadmap. Children depend on the social interactions from the other students in a general educated classroom. It will help them developmentally with their social skills, cognitive development, physical development. They will strive as a student being put into a general educated classroom. Children with autism can learn the appropriate social skills that they need to be successful in school. However, according to CAR Autism Roadmap, inclusion doesn't mean putting students with disabilities in a regular classroom and hoping for the best. Students will need to accommodations, and as educators, it's our job to do that. If a child needs help with learning or reading or writing, whatever, we accommodate that and we help them to strive and be the best that they can possibly be. What can teachers do to make them feel included? First and foremost, as educators, teachers need more training on disabilities. Teachers need to know what is autism, what they can do to help, what makes them different, and what can we do as educators to make them successful. Encourage the interactions between peers and their general educated students. As stated before, they depend on those social skills from general education students. For an example, I currently work in a daycare, and I have a student with autism, and he is very shy, very timid. He doesn't really talk to anybody, but he has 3 of these boys that he plays with constantly and every day, and he has clicked with these students. And when I tell you that because of playing with these 3 boys who are in general educated classrooms, he has strived socially, it's amazing. It's amazing just what these general educated students can do to a child with autism. This child with autism was shy and he did not talk to anybody. And here he is in a classroom with regular children, and he is talking, joking, laughing, playing like he's a typical kid. And that's what they deserve. They deserve to feel like typical children. Teamwork among the program staff, family members, and caregivers is a child's team is crucial. The communication between the educator and the parents is first and foremost. Not only is training, but the communication. Because things in a general educated classroom are different than a special education classroom. I mean, it's just different. The communication has to stay open. Another one of my favorite quotes is by Sherry Blair. If every child matters, and every child has the right to a good start in life. If every child mattered, every child has the right to be included. And that is so important for children with special needs. And man, is it. Ultimately, most importantly about inclusion is that it recognizes and honors the fundamental value of each person, according to Autism Speaks. Students with autism should feel included in a classroom setting, and teachers need to be more accepting of that and more trained on this matter. They have a right to learn just as general educated students. They just need a little more help and maybe some more one-on-one, but there's nothing wrong with that when it comes to the success of our students. So as a teacher and a sister and an aunt, I only ask of you today to be more accepting. Allow them to feel included. You may not be a teacher. You may not be an educator. You may be somebody on the street. You may be somebody in a grocery store. You may work in a factory. But when you see a child with special needs, say hello. Give them a handshake. Give them a hug. Make them feel included, not only in the classroom setting, but in the community, because they deserve that. Children with autism and other disabilities are capable of anything, and if you don't allow them to show you that, they're just going to prove you wrong.